RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video covering the new information that we got from the Pokemon Presents. So yesterday I went over the new Pokemon, I talked about the new gimmick, so now we're going to talk about the map. So we got a big old map picture of the new, Paldea, which is the new region for the game. So we're going to go ahead and check that out and break that down. This is going to be kind of a long video. I try to make it as short as I could, but there's a lot to talk about on this map though. And some of it I'm probably going to miss. I'm just going to be honest. So if you like videos like this, you want to continue getting videos from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. As well as follow me on Twitter, like my video tweet so I can shout you out at the end of the video. As well as drop a comment down below so I can talk to you. Because there's a lot to talk about and I want to talk to somebody else other than myself. So, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and break down the map of Paldea. So Paldea is the name of the region in the game, in Scarlet and Violet. So they've confirmed that officially. I mean, it was already leaked by Kaka, but we have the official confirmation of that now. So I'm gonna look around the map. I'm gonna talk about the towers. We're gonna talk about some of the different locations. So we're gonna start off here first. So this place is called Mesagoza City, or just Mesagoza is what they say on the website. I believe this is the starting city. Like this is the first big city you get to, or the big hub city of the game. I think that big building right there is the academy. So I believe that's where you go to school. That's the academy, you know, because it looks like the academy buildings on the website look like this building, you know. So I mean, some people say this is the Pokemon League. It could be, but I'm thinking that this is the academy. You know, maybe you in the game here as well, but I think this is the first big city that you have to go to. So you can see that there's 2 Pokemon centers here. So one for if you're coming into the city from this end, one for if you're coming in the city from this end. Then they have the big plaza in the middle, which is the place that we saw in the very first trailer, with all the Pokemon typings on the ground. So we see that there's some other big buildings here. We see that there's some other buildings over here which are probably related to the academy. And then there is a cave that leads out this way that goes to this place, which looks like it could be a Pokemon stadium or it could be some sort of observatory. You see that there's a Pokemon center here, so there's probably going to be Pokemon in between here and here, or maybe there's going to be Pokemon you fight in the cave. But you see that this place is right here by the big swirling freaking crater right here. I want to know what this is. Alright, this is probably the most hyped thing on the map for me, because one is shrouded in cloudy mystery, which means there's got to be something cool in there. I mean, there you see a waterfall right here, so maybe it could be full of water, but I doubt that they would do all this for a big giant lake. This is giving me Made in Abyss vibes, man. Alright, yeah, so you got the observatory. So then we come this way and we see our first tower. Now I'm going to talk about the towers a little bit later, but I have a theory about what they are. Then we have the you got this first town here, this other town. I'm going to call this one the Rock Town, mainly because this one is elevated. If you can see, like it's higher above the ground. All of this is brown, so it's like kind of rocky, mountainous type of area. This could be where the Rock Gym is, if there's a Rock Gym leader, you know. So this could be the Rock Town, where you fight the Rock Gym leader. And so then going to the west, we run across this town, and you see that there's another tower. And then there's a town here. So there's a Pokemon Center in the town. Oh, I forgot. This town also has 2 Pokemon Centers. I forgot something about this town that I wanted to talk about. So there is 1 Pokemon Center here, and there's 1 Pokemon Center here, both at the entrances of the town. So if you're coming from this way, you can heal up. Or if you're coming from this way, you can heal up. I will admit that the distances are they are probably longer than they look, because they wouldn't have a Pokemon Center in eye shot of another Pokemon Center. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the distance here from here to here to here are a lot longer than they look on the map. And then of course you got this big white building where we're gonna see another one of those. I think this could be the equivalent of a Pokemart, maybe, because there's a couple of these on the map that I saw. So maybe this is a Pokemart, maybe it's some other kind of shopping establishment. But then we move over to this city, and we see this place right here. So I'm thinking this could be another Pokemon gym or Pokemon Stadium, where you battle Pokemon. And you know what I'm saying, this could be like the Poison Gym, because it's purple, so it could be Poison, could be Ghost, Psychic. You know what I'm saying. We see what looks like the front part of another little high-rise, like we saw on the other town. There is a Pokemon Center here, and there's one of these like kind of rectangle two-tone buildings that we're gonna see another one of those in a different town. You know, but yeah, this place looks pretty cool though. It has a tower and it has a cave, but this cave, unlike the other one, doesn't lead out to anything. It looks like it might just be a dungeon. So it could be the first dungeon in the game. Well, maybe not the first dungeon, maybe the second dungeon. So then going south, we see that there is some smaller islands, and then we see this place. So this spot right here, I think, is the starting town officially, because this right here reminds me of that house from the first trailer that you see the character running from. This also reminds me of the different house in that first trailer. I think this is where you live. This is your house, your starting area of the game, and you have to get from here up to here, which seems like a really long trip. You know what I'm saying? But I think you kind of start down here, or you kind of live down here. You know. So then going this way, we see another tower or lighthouse. There's actually two of these. There's one here, and then there's one up here. They look kind of like the brown towers, but they're white though. So then we have another town over here. So I'm gonna call this one the grass town, because this one is very green. You've got like the grass, like hedge maze over there. You've got like a little pool. You got two Pokemon centers, you know, at the entrances. There's two towers here. All right, which is interesting. Then you've got the first sighting of these flags. So some people have said these flags involve the evil team. Some people have said the flags involve like a racing mechanic in the game, or racing gimmick. So we see that there's another one of these high-rise towers like we saw in the other city. You know, we see that there's a little Pokemon arena. We've seen this one too, with the typings all around it. We've seen this one too. We all know that the typings are a reference to terrorizing, so you can, you know, that's what they're a reference to. But I think this is where the grass gym is. All right, so then we have this other little island out here. So I know in the Kaká leaks they said that you can explore the islands too. So you know. So then we have here what I think is probably the water city, because I mean, come on, this place screams water gym. Like this part in the middle is probably where you battle the gym leader. You know what I'm saying? It's all blue, it's all aqua blue, and it's practically on the water. So yeah, this screams water gym. I don't know what this big giant building is right here, but I mean, it looks cool though. Maybe it also looks kind of ominous, like it could be evil, like maybe this is the evil headquarters. I don't see the blue high-rise building here, so maybe this one doesn't have it. Maybe, you know, this is the headquarters of that big shopping place. You see the two Pokemon centers, and then we see our another lighthouse. Now again, I don't know if the lighthouses are connected to the towers, but there are three of them. This is the second one, but there are three of those lighthouses in the game. And so then moving up, we get to kind of nothing. Now this right here, I want to explore this area because there's got to be more here. All right, because we see these kind of ominous, like, dark mountain peaks. They look kind of ominous. And of course you see the flags. So again, with whatever this gimmick is for the game, this racing gimmick, and you see that there are 2 towers here again. So I'm thinking that they could be connected, but I'm not sure. So then we're moving around. So there's another tower. There's a Pokemon Center there. And there's a big old cave. So this one right here is a cave that leads from this area, which again has flags. Now, I'm not sure if that is a Pokemon stadium or not. It could be a stadium, but this doesn't look like, this looks too small, too empty to be a town or a city. It looks like it's just like a little hamlet, you know what I'm saying? But there is this weird building right here. Like, what is this? This looks like one of those places you see Draugr from Skyrim, man. Like, this looks like one of those. Like, it just don't look like nothing that you would see in a Pokemon game. But you see a couple buildings and a Pokemon Center, so definitely there is something here. I'm not sure if that's a Pokemon Stadium or not, but if it is, maybe this is another place where you can fight a gym leader. There is a big tower. This is a big tower with 3 layers on it. So this could be one that we saw in the trailer as well, because we saw a couple of towers in the trailer. So then coming up, you see the cave, and the cave leads into this mountain, which this looks like it's going to be one hell of a dungeon, I'm just going to be honest. Which leads up to this place, which here's 2 of those big high-rise buildings. I have no idea what they are, but I'm going to say that they're like Pokemarts or like Pokemalls. You know, where you can go and kind of shop and you know, for Pokemon related stuff. They also, of course, I think Kaka said that there was going to be an auction-like mechanic in the game. So maybe they're connected to that, because they're pretty much in every city in the game. There's a Pokemon Center, and then there's what appears to be a Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Battle Arena right here. So this is probably the Ice Gym. Now, we saw Grusha, the Ice Gym leader, which everybody thought was a chick, but turns out that's a dude. So he's not a waifu. I mean, I don't know, unless you into that, you know what I'm saying? But he's not a waifu now, though. But yeah, then we see the town that's probably connected to this, which is a little ways away, which is kind of interesting. I wonder, do you go into the cave and come out in the town and then have to come back here, or do you come out somewhere around here? Because I don't see an exit to the cave. Like, I see the entrance, but I don't see where you come out at, though. So then we see our 3rd lighthouse. So that's the 3rd lighthouse, and that one's a different color too, so maybe that's also significant. We see the exit. Oh, there's the exit to the cave, which, if this whole place is a dungeon, that's massive. That is probably the biggest dungeon in Pokemon history, if that's the case. I doubt it, man. I think that these may be 2 different dungeons, but that's kind of, that's interesting. That's interesting and scary, because you know old school Pokemon dungeons can be kind of tedious. But I'm intrigued now. So then, of course, you get over here and we have what looks like it could be like another mountainous area. Some people were saying this is a volcano. I don't really, it doesn't scream volcano to me. It does look like that volcanic area from Generation 3, but it doesn't really look like a volcano. There's a whole waterfall coming out this mountain, like. But the weird thing about it here, there's no town over here. Like, this whole corner of the map doesn't really have a town until you get to right here, which is where you got this place that's on the edge of like the abyss area. You know, it's got the 2 Pokemon centers. It's got the 2-tone building, you know what I'm saying, looking like the Xbox One out this piece. You know, but it doesn't, it has one of those high-rise buildings. I don't know what they are, but they are everywhere. I think I've covered all of the towns. I think I did. Yeah, this one. Oh, and there's another lighthouse too. So yeah, there are 4 lighthouses. I don't know if they're connected, but then there we have the towers. So there are towers literally everywhere on this map, right? I'll try to highlight all of them, you know what I'm saying? And I think more than likely what the towers are, they're either A, they're part of this racing gimmick that we don't know about in the game, or B, they are probably a part of like fast travel. I mean, because if you see like there's one over here that takes you to this area. All right, so then there's another tower right here. And again, remember these distances are probably a lot further than they look on the map. So there's another one that takes you here. Then if you look, there is another tower that takes you to this part of the map. There's another tower that takes you all the way out west. There is, of course, is the lighthouse, which might act as a fast travel location or a tower. Like there's another tower. There's another tower. You know, and the thing is, they seem to kind of come in twos sometimes. There's another one. There's a lighthouse. That could be the second tower that goes to this. There's another tower. That one's a full tower. There goes two other towers. I'm thinking that they could be fast travel locations. But the thing is, they're also kind of weird because sometimes there's two. Sometimes they have 2 layers. Sometimes they have 1. Sometimes they have 3 layers like that one. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it could be one of those things where you have to get in and you unlock the area like Ubisoft style. But that still wouldn't explain why sometimes there's like 2 of them right next to each other. So I don't know. But that's all for this one. So of course, tomorrow I'll get into some other parts of the game that I wanted to talk about. But for right now, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real and drop a comment down below and tell me what you think.